Anders from In Flames. I'm here in Paris and you're watching Loud TV. Nah, but really, I mean, of course, it's a strange feeling, you know, like we've been doing this our whole grown-up life and being together with your touring family, you know, the crew, the band, and the fans, and all of a sudden it's not there. It's a kind of weird, strange feeling. So I get the saying of being useless, but yeah, I built a studio in my house and started buying all these old synths and stuff like that. So I found something to do at least, you know. And it was good for my family to see me for a little bit as well. They are used to me coming and going all the time. So this album, I mean, it's not a concept album. I would say it's more about a theme, and the theme is time and what we do with time and how we treat time. And you and I, we have a time coded in our DNA. We don't know when we will pass. And this pandemic was really, I started looking at what do I do with my time and when will it end, you know. And that was a scary, a dark feeling a little bit. So maybe that's what you're referring to. And it's that inner conversation that we have, you know, what do we do with ourselves and how do we make things better? And it is a scary place we live in, I think, or I was hoping after the pandemic, the pause that we all had, that we would come out and be nicer and showing more respect and love between people, between nations and stuff like that. But it seems like it's more hostile than ever. And now we have a war in Europe that's going on for a while, and this just, I don't know, I understand the way we treat each other and the language that's happening, you know, online, when the social media and stuff, we're pointing fingers left and right, and there's not a debate even anymore. We just, if I don't agree with you, then I hate you, which is just so weird. I like, what is that? There's no agree to disagree anymore. It's just full of anger and yes, I said pointing fingers and you're wrong and you're wrong, and it's a bunch of fucking opinions left and right, and we treat opinions like they're facts, which they are not. So yeah, I mean, we have to have hope, right? And we can't just give up, but we have to start talking to each other on a good level and be nicer and kinder, you know, to each other. And yeah. I think both fits. I mean, we have to do something. I mean, we have you know, scientists telling us, you know, we have to do something about the world situation, the climate now, and it seems like we don't really care as much as we should. And then 2 weeks pass and it's even worse science and stuff like that. So yeah, I agree with both of them. But we are lost in this, and it's a lot about how about me all the time. You don't talk about the person next to you or your neighbor or the people that you don't even know. You know, it's just such a. I thought that like we know so much, or we should know so much, but we have less tolerance, and we see the rise of you know, of
obscure.
Yeah, a lot more like the right movement that we have across whole Europe, which is less tolerance between people, sex, race, and it just makes me really sad to see that's where we're heading, you know. I mean, been writing lyrics for many years and many albums. Sure, in a way, I'm part of it, but it's their interpretation of our world and what's there and their story, and I just find it super cool what they've created, and I can't wait to show you guys what it looks like. So yeah, it's coming out next year. To me, it looks amazing. We went to the States for 3 weeks at the end of last year, sometime in November, when we were allowed to fly, because Europeans, we couldn't get to America. So as soon as that was over and we could go, me and Björn went, because Björn and I haven't seen each other almost for 2 years either, and we just want to get back in the room and start writing as soon as we start talking about making another album. So we went over there, and that was for 3 weeks, and then we was demoing stuff, and the guys came over, and we had a talk with Howard and his team and so on, and just felt the direction for the album. And then we went back home, Christmas and New Year, and beginning of February, again we rented a house in LA, and we stayed there for 2 months to record and write the album. And those things happen kind of simultaneously. Like it's just, we write stuff and then we go to Howard's house and Howard's studio to record, and back again until we feel like we have a finished album. Oh yeah, but he's been writing a few solos on the album. So Björn and I write the bulk of the music, but when it comes to record, all the guys are there to put their, vibe and feel on the album, and we have such an amazing feeling in the band right now. And I don't want to put any shadow on any of the former guys in the band, but it's just the drummer, Tanner, not the drummer, Tanner. He's an amazing drummer, and he really put his feelings and vibes and his talent on this album. Same with Bryce, bass player, and Chris wrote some really cool solos on this one for sure. For us, it's important to play the songs that we create live, and I feel they fit really well in the set with the other songs. And we have a segment in the set list where we go through the 90s, and we kind of come out of that, and then we play Foregone from the new album, and I feel it really fits, and it seems like it works. People are happy and singing along, smiling, and that's what's important.